Hello, I am here with an HP Pavilion 360. It's got an i5 and I believe a terabyte, could be a terabyte or 500 gig um, laptop. I am going to replace the screen. This is what the old one looked like here. See, it got all broken up like this. My son stepped on it, and thankfully it was just the screen that broke. So then I got it the first time. The first time I got it, I did it, but it cracked. So I was lucky enough for them to give me a second one. Let me see if I can show you the crack on it. Where's the crack here? As you can see, no, you probably can't see the crack, but I'm going to show you the crack when I take off. The problem was that I pushed a little too hard on there, and it cracked. So that was the issue with that. With the first time that I did that. So I got me the little screwdrivers for this. It should be good. You gotta take off all the things here. So take off all the screws here. I'm going to pause it and put all the excuse the noise in the background. I'm gonna pause the video here to take off the screws. Alright, so I took off all the screws. In total it was, I believe, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Let me see, 1, 2. It's supposed to be 12 though. I think I forgot this one here. You gotta be careful when you take off the screws. We'll close the door, Tish. I'm making a video. Alright, so where was I? I was showing you how the screen comes up. I really got to get a better camera if I'm going to be making these kind of videos, but bear with me. Okay, so here you can see how I showed you there's tabs that, it just cracks. After the first time when you replace it, as an old computer, it's not going to be brand new where everything looks, solid. But let me see if I can show you. See this here? This is the cable that I'm talking about. There's one cable here that goes up to the camera, and then there's the cables. I don't think you care to see that, but there's the cable that goes into the screen, I guess. See that? Yep, there you go. You can see it better now. There's this cable. So let me see what's next. Alright, so after that, there's a piece of tape here. You see this piece of tape? See this piece of tape here? You take it off. On mine it already looks used and abused because this is the second time that I'm doing this, not the first time, and she's kind of old already. The laptop's kind of old, so yeah. Let me see here though. What happened here? Let me see. So first, on the top where the camera, there's a cable going to the camera, so you have to be careful there how you remove it. But what I do is I use my trusty little screwdriver. I had bought another screwdriver set that had like what's it called? It had a bendable tip, bendable tip. But I didn't like it because it had these weird. I don't know if maybe it's Chinese or what. Oh man, I can't find a dang screwdriver. Here it is. Okay. So let me see here. Maybe if I take the keyboard out of the way, maybe that'll help us. If I put the keyboard back here behind the camera. Alright. So there's this cable here. There's this cable here to the camera, and there's this cable here for the LED screen or the LCD screen, whatever it is. Yeah, it's LCD, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna try and take pictures, see if I can show you pictures, but I don't know if you have to lift up. There's a tiny tab that you have to lift up before you remove it. See, then it becomes easy to remove. Again, it looks like crap because I've done it already. This is the second time, and like I said, they were nice enough to give me a second screen, so I just know to be careful. So here on this one, I don't know what I did wrong, but it has to come off. But the thing is, this piece of tape on it is in the way, but I think it's supposed to be there. So let's see here. Oh no, it just slips off, I guess. I'm not sure where it doesn't have a tab like the one here. So once you take off these two, that's the only reason you gotta take off the thing, because you're gonna have, well actually, I don't know if you have to take the screws off. Maybe we don't have to take the screws off. Maybe you just have to do this part here. So let's try that. And then let me see if I can show you. Right here, it has these screws right here. They're really simple screws. This stuff, they're trying to profit, so they make really, really cheap stuff. See, and excuse the mess here. This is a plastic table that I work on sometimes. But anyways, it's a screw right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So let me remove the 4 screws here from it. Let's see here. Yep, there's the laptop. Change bit. They're really flat, and they were kind of hard to put back on because they're so cheaply made. It's 1, 2, 3. Let me pause the video, see what's wrong with my daughter now. Okay, mom's got her. Alright, so it's 3. How many I got so far? Let me see if I could show you how flat and cheap these screws are. See that? Way flat and cheap. I was going to use my camera to give me some lighting, but my son had the phone all day, and he fell asleep with it. So it's like at 1% charging. So okay, I removed the 4 screws from here. And now let's see if I can somehow remove this LED screen and show you that crack that I've been talking about. So let's continue this here. So you gotta gently put that, because what it has taping, or not, yeah, tape, sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape. So this is the LED screen. Thankfully, nothing is wrong with it, but it comes right off, and it's what goes here, right? So maybe now I can show you, and now you can see the crack. I'm sure you'll be able to see the crack that I made. You can see it there. It's kind of, it's not big. It's not a big crack. There it is. See that line there? That's because I pressed too hard on the thing, but it's still better than this crack, because you could definitely see those. Imagine I was looking at my computer for a good 1-2 years this way. So this crack is good. Let me show you how the replacement comes. So of course I got it from Amazon. It comes in this styrofoam box, and it comes in here, and it has the plastic wrap. It has the double-sided sticky tape here. Okay, so it's right here. It's brand new. Got it from Amazon, of course, right? Give all our money to Jeff Bezos. Oh, and it just fell. Again, I decided to do this video last minute. I shouldn't have, but I did. So what? Alright, so it looks like the double-sided tape goes here, but removing it is a pain, because the bottom one especially, because let me show you why. Because it has this like aluminum here, and if you try to take off that double-sided tape, you also have to take off that aluminum. See how the aluminum's trying to come off? So I don't recommend taking this off, because it exposes the circuitry for the board. And don't put your fingers on it like I'm doing. So I did take off the top one. You can see an outline, or a silhouette, I guess you can say, of where the double-sided tape goes. This time I'm gonna use the double-sided tape. The first time that I did it, I didn't. But some of it is pretty stuck on there. As you can see, I'm having a hard time taking it off on this side here. I don't know why. So it looks like I'm only going to be able to use the bottom or the top and the right side, which is okay. The first time I didn't even try to take it off, and it worked okay. Here we go. See, the bottom one's coming off, but you just have to be careful. See, and it came off, and that's pretty good. Now I'm having an idea. I don't know if I should tape it to the new screen, right, or put it on here, but it looks like it might be the best bet here. I just don't know why it's stuck on this end. It's like they use different glue on here, so you probably can't see, right? But let me see if this might help a little, right? You see this tape? You can see the top here. You can see it stuck there, and you can see a piece broken right there. Okay, so we really don't want that, but it looks like that's the only way it's gonna work. So you just gotta grab the right piece or something. There we go. Now it came off. So it's up to you. The truth, I didn't do it the first time. You know, I didn't do it the first time, and it was okay. It worked perfectly. Hopefully it's the same thing again. Just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna continue to take it off. Right? Just so you can show you what a badass technician I am. Alright. Okay, so let me I don't. If you're not very experienced, don't try this. You know, just do it without taking off the tape. But if you know what you're doing, or if you're a DIY kind of person, you know, then more power to you, I guess. You know, just don't stick the razor in the into the screen. You know. So what I use is for my glasses. I use the same thing that I use for my glasses, and I'm gonna start with the bottom. Again, I got it from Amazon. Comes with double-sided tape. As you can see that I'm about to use the first bottom layer. Oop. I'm gonna use this layer first. See, and it is about, no, it's a little longer. So let's see how this goes. Again, the first time I didn't do this. I just threw it back on and it worked okay. But now I'm gonna go ahead. I took off the siding here, and I'm gonna start by putting it on the aluminum. This way, the aluminum so it'll give you kind of where you can kind of see where to put it. So let me see, I'm gonna start. I pressed it on there. I use my pinky finger, my pointy finger. See if I can show you. See, it's flat there, and now it's falling on top of this aluminum protection that it has or something for the little circuitry, and I'm just sliding my finger and trying to follow where the old double-sided tape was. So there you go, it's on there. Now you need to take off the top part. Let me see if I can use the razor to do that. I think if I cut it off, put this on there, it'll probably work. Ooh. Oh, I heard a crack. I hope I didn't crack the screen. They sell you the screen for this HP Pavilion 360 with a i5, a terabyte hard drive. They sell you the screen too, but it's of course a little more expensive. You know what? I'm gonna wait and put on the other ones. So you got the idea, right? It's 3 of them. You just put it on there. I'm gonna pause it while I put it on there, okay? Okay, so I'm back. I have the 4 pieces on there as best as I could. If I need to cut more, I will, but I don't think I'm gonna have to. As a matter of fact, I don't think I want to. Kind of glad this razor is dull, because it doesn't cut as easy. But I got the 4 double-sided pieces of tape in there, and now I'm just gonna cut off the tip of each one, or the excess, I want to say. And the truth, I don't even want to take off the other side, but you know, for the sake of this video, I'm doing it. So again, I'm using my razor. My razor's kind of dull, so that's a good thing. So here's the first one I took off. I don't know if you were able to see it on the video. And I may be doing it wrong. The white side may be the side that goes on the outside, but hey, it's not like those things come with instructions, right? Because it really doesn't. It only says, it only has like a support feedback kind of thing, which so far since I installed it the first time, it was working. So now the only hard part right now is taking off the double-sided, the other side of the tape. The other side of the tape, so that here it is right here. Here's this one. I got 3. This is the second one I'm doing. It's kind of tough on there. Oh man, I didn't think it'd be this hard to take off. Maybe because I'm not starting from the end or something. There goes the second one. 2 more. This one I got lucky. It's already off. The bottom one on the aluminum is the one that came out perfect. So here we go. Oh, I got lucky again. Kind of lucky. It slipped right in. Yep, there it goes. And it came off. Okay, so I've been thinking while making this video that the screen just goes on there and then you just put it back and you snap it in place. So let's take off the sides. You kind of do got to be careful. You don't want your fingerprints on the inside, but you know, on the outside it's okay. You can have it on the outside. Okay, so I'm taking off the screen tape. Right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it flat on the thing here, on the keyboard. Maybe I should have put the keyboard or the laptop out of the way, huh? So let's put the laptop out of the way. Again, I just made this video out of the blue, so I'm not really prepared. But you know, the work for me is easy. I'm gonna put a small towel here. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, there's a little bit of dust on here. So I took one of these cheap, for the glasses, you know, the spray for the glasses, and I sprayed once right in the middle. Again, I grabbed the rag that I used to clean my glasses to take off the fingerprints, at least if you leave any fingerprints on there. I know I did because I saw it when I paused the video. So that's what I'm showing you. So there you go. This is the LED screen. You can buy it off Amazon with the LED screen if your LED screen is broken. Mine is not broken yet. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay. So now I got you can leave fingerprints on the inside of on the outside as you're going to what's the word I'm trying to use? You're going to touch screen, right? Because it's a touch screen. I still see some fingerprints and stuff that I don't want to see on here. Oh man, looks like crap. But all you gotta do is just clean it real good and nice. I don't want to really wet it, you know. Might ruin it. So anyways, you did the best you could. I'm going to put the screen with the camera hole up, and then I'm going to put the screen on top. So what you have to do is line up the screw holes, those cheap flat screw holes that I told you, because once you put it on there, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard to take it back out. So there we go. Let's see how it looks. There you go. I didn't even have to press on it. It's clean. It has a little HP symbol there that you can see. Laptop is right there waiting for you. So now you put the 4 screws back on here. Let me grab the 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 4th one? Right here. Now I had a bit of problems with these screws because again, they're really cheap. They're really, you know, cheaply made for cost purposes. Where's my screw at? Oh, here it is. Change bits. I probably should be doing this on top of it Because last time, the first time, all I did was just press like this, and it broke. So again, I'm grateful for the company that makes them because they let me have another one. And so far, so good. Okay, so you gotta line up these 4 screws here. Alright, so this first one went in okay. Alright, this first one went in okay. Now there's tabs next to the screw holes that I guess you have to tab in there, and if it's not every tab, I got lucky this time. It actually went right in. This one didn't. The top left here didn't. But I think it's too late to adjust it. All the other 3 did go in though, so it should be okay. Once it's there, when you boot it up, you might see the corners, or you might see the side, the light coming through. But that's okay. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect once you take things apart. Okay, so I got the 4 screws on there. It's done. It's not gonna fall off. It's pretty cool in there. Again, it's up to you if you're a neat freak or not. How much you're going to put it on there. This one over here, it didn't go in all the way, so it's not gonna really bother us. We gotta run that cable up to the camera, and then we gotta put the thing right here. So let's bring the laptop back. Let me take off the towel here so I can bring the laptop back in. I don't think we had to take off the bottom screws, huh? Just had to unsnap the monitor. So what I'm doing is, let me move the camera so you can just see how I'm doing it. Okay, so there you can see a good view there. So I'm putting the screen flat down with the LED down. There's a piece of tape. You can add tape, I guess, if you want. And then add the little cable, the little ribbon cable to the camera. If you want your camera to function, I like using my camera, so why not? Let me see if I need to open up the little slot again. See if I have to lift up the slot here. Yes, you have to lift up the slot on the first one, on the camera one, and then slide it in there. And then once it's in there, you snap it back down, kind of tug on it, make sure it doesn't go nowhere. Put the tape back over it, put this piece of tape back over. You could add tape to your own. I won't. But like for this one, let me see if I can show you. For this one right here, I don't know if it either fell off or that's the way it is. It seems very flimsy, and you just connect it in there. You just connect it in there, and you'll hear it snap. And then you put the tape back over it, and then. Oh my god, I can't believe there's a freaking bug in there. Okay. And then you put it on there, and that should do it. Now this is the tricky part. This is where it kind of gets annoying because you can't really put a lot of pressure on there. But shouldn't be too hard. Oh, and the only thing is you kind of got to be careful where these cables lie. Because there's a little slot in there, you can slide the cables in there. Let me see if you can see that. If I could show you. Right here where the cable, this is where the ribbon goes, right? And then this cable here, you can see this cable here. It has a little, like a through way that you can put it here, so that it, when you go up to put the screen up into the computer piece right here, it doesn't get in the way. So let me see if I'm doing this correctly. Or maybe it just goes above here. Maybe I should add a little piece of tape here. Let me see, what can I do? Well, it looks like you could add a piece of tape here. You don't have to. It wouldn't hurt. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna try and put it on here as best as I can. Let me see if I can give you a better view of what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, that's probably a better view. You just kind of have to line it up with the camera. Because there's a camera and there's also like a sensor or something like that. And just be careful. You'll start hearing the snapping. And if you're careful enough, it won't crack on you. And you'll just snap it back into place on the edges. Not too hard, not too soft, just enough to put it back. And I'm not sure how many snaps you're supposed to see or hear, I'm sorry, but it'll eventually be in there. And I guess this is a 360, so you can flatten it all the way out like this, and then you just put your fingers in there, and you'll hear the snapping. I don't think you can hear it because of my microphone, type of microphone that I got, and that should do it. You'll hear snapping again, and you could tell that it's in there. You see the edges, and there you go. I kind of messed up on this one. You can see the tape on the edge here, but that's fine. You know, it's not going to be perfect. It's all up to you. Take your time. And then what I would do, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Like I said, this is a 360, so it'll flatten. This is what I was talking about. You see this right here? You see that? You'll see that when it turns on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it all the way down. See that? And I can still hear snapping. So really soft, just go like that. Flatten it out, and then you could open it up. Now we gotta just test it out, see if it turns on or not. So I made the mistake of taking off the screws. I guess you don't have to take the screws off. You just gotta stick your screwdriver in one of the edges and just pry it open slowly. And that's it. Hopefully it turns on. Let me pause the video here, see if it turns on. So there it is. You can see it booting up. My computer is extremely slow. It's an i5, but it's got a mechanical hard drive still. It's Western Digital, I think, or Seagate. I'm not sure, but it still takes forever to load. So I'm gonna pause the video again, and I'm just gonna put it on just to show you that the touchscreen works now, and it's flawless. It's not broken in any place, as you can see. Nothing is broken, so that's good. Compared to the first one that was broken that my son stepped on when I first got here to this town, and then when I stupidly, also you don't need to take the screws. You can see the crack there. You can see the crack here. You don't need to take the screws off the bottom for most things you do, like the hard drive, the RAM, the motherboard, even the processor. If you're gonna replace things like that on this particular laptop, but most laptops, you have to take off all the screws on the bottom and expose the cabling and the hardware in there. So for the most part, like I said, I'm gonna pause the video because my computer takes forever to load, because I'm trying to switch over. I'll probably make another video when I finally decide to buy a solid state drive, but for now let me just pause the video and show you when the touchscreen is back on, or when the laptop is fully booted. I just want to show you that it did work. As you can see, I can log in here to this. It's gonna take a while. Again, it's really slow. I've been trying to upgrade the hard drive for a long time, just to give it a little bit of more speed. I think it's worth it because it's an Intel processor. So, let me just show you. See, doesn't want to give me the keyboard here. There it goes. Let's see if it's supposed to pop the. It's supposed to pop the. It doesn't want to pop the on the touch screen, the touch keyboard. It's just being slow, but you can see it. It changes. It works. I can even shut it down or restart it. See, it's restarting. So there you go. Don't remove the bottom of the bottom screws of the laptop. Don't remove the screws from the bottom. If you're just replacing the LCD or the LCD screen or the touch screen, don't remove the screws from the bottom like I did. That was a mistake. But for most everything else, you do have to. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helps. Leave a comment, ask questions, let me know what you're thinking, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a good day.